Hello, everyone, and welcome to another late edition of Ian Saturday Night on a Sunday. So, there's been a lot going on, but nothing I can put my finger on about. I'm just bombarded by stimuli and the news and what's going on. But I want to just start with a dream I had. It was very interesting. In the dream, there was a fire in my bed, and my dog, Enzo, turned into a chimpanzee. And the fire went out, and the chimpanzee was poking the hole in my bed from the fire. And he was picking out little lumps of coal that looked like excrement. So, and then the body of my dog, which became the chimpanzee, turned blue and shriveled like a styrofoam packing material, turned blue. So it was a very surreal dream, and I know that it doesn't make sense, but I think it points to certain imagery that was in my head. Sometimes, I, in the back of my mind, I feel like from my Salvador Dali research in his painting, I think of scatological elements of excrement, and that explains that side of the dream. And my dog is a kind of a caregiver, and that points to the chimpanzee, to the people who want chimpanzee as some kind of caregiver or a nurse, like the movie Monkey Shines. And so all this points to and the fire itself points to Apocalypse Now, a movie that I just saw yesterday. So this is all very interesting. All these elements are in my dreams. So I just wanted to get that out of the way and talk about it a little bit. Not much has been going on. I just feel bombarded by stimuli a lot. Current events, the earthquake in Nicaragua, the reflecting pool. I told you guys that I wasn't going to talk about politics because you can talk about it in so many different ways, and I don't want to open up a can of worms. But suffice to say that I think that the only thing I'll say about politics is that we live in a tabloid, John Waters kind of world, and that these are the kinds of things that come across the news. The reflecting pool being the biggest pool ever and stuff like that. I mean, everything's becoming tabloid oriented. So that's the only thing that I'll say about politics. It's coming to a big anniversary that our country has, July 4th. And no matter what side you're on, you can be happy that our country is still going. 250 years, our quincentennial. I don't know if I said that right, but if any of you want to call me on it, you can. And I mean no disrespect. Sometimes my speaking patterns is just how it flows. And I know that with each video, I open myself up to my visual criticism. Some of my friends who see me online might say that my head is not relaxed, and I'm not very relaxed in giving these video podcast, these video logs. But I can only say that CP, cerebral palsy, puts tension in your body, and when I speak naturally, and I try to be as relaxed as possible. But when I speak out loud in a public sphere, there's some degree of tension in my body. So that's where it comes from. I saw my long ago friend, Christy Brown, and some of you know Christy Brown was a poet. He was popular in the 70s, and I saw an old video of him from the 60s, and he had a lot of tension in his body. His head moves around quite a bit. So I know if my mom, I love my mom very much. I know that if my mom would see this, she would probably have some criticism of me. But I'm just saying, I love my mom, no matter what she thinks, and she's entitled to her criticism. But I've started this blog as a very natural, organic thing, and I'm not gonna put my body in an artificial position or any unnatural lighting or anything. I wanted to do this blog as an experiment. So I try to photograph I depict myself as is during any given night, you know, usually Saturday or Sunday night, and I talk about a variety of things, but I don't try to control my head or my movement. I just try to I'm showing myself as I normally tend to be. I take breathing exercises in past episodes, showing you guys how I can slow down. Like right now, I'm very slow. I can feel my body relaxing right now. I just take things slow and easy, as you can see. And my video blog is kind of interesting because I don't put any artifice in anything. When I'm upset, you guys can see that I'm upset. When I'm bothered, you can see that I'm bothered. And when I'm poetic, I've recited my poetry in a past episode, so you guys can have a glimpse of that. I've had a lot of positive feedback, but I've also had a couple detractors, and I'm not going to out them or say anything. I'm gonna say that's few and far between. Anybody is welcome to say anything at all about me. So I have no fear, and I take people at face value. I know that when I get worked up and excited, I kind of stutter, but I'm also used to speaking in public, so I can, as long as I don't think about it too much, like with you guys, I can be very, very relaxed. Like I'm looking directly into the camera, and I'm not shy, or I'm not scared. So, and I'm always thinking about the poster I have right in back of me. It was Possession by Andrzej Zulawski, I think it was. And it's a very interesting movie about the breakup of a relationship, of a marriage. Very interesting movie. Almost like a David Cronenberg movie. At the time of David Cronenberg, around there, but David Cronenberg wasn't as well known as he is today. And he's still making films. So I won't give too much away about the movie, but it's it touches on supernatural things of possession, but it's not necessarily a so-called a possession movie, but uh, um, I forget her name, Isabella Johnny. She's wonderful. She's amazing in the movie. I've never seen a portrayal so visceral as I've seen Isabel in that movie as a young woman. She was absolutely amazing in that movie. And I would say it's kind of a feminist kind of a possession movie, but it's not necessarily, it doesn't really have supernatural origins. It's more psychological and secular, so it's very interesting. I'm trying to think about what I can cover with you guys. My theater is on sabbatical until October, so it's going to be an adjustment for me. But I plan to do a seminar on Frankenstein, so that'll be interesting. The surrealistic roots of Frankenstein. So I'm looking forward to that. If I can buckle down and study. So okay, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.